Live. My name is Genevieve and this is my channel, Thunderbird Handcrafted, and I am very excited to be sewing with you this morning. I have been wanting to make this type of bag for quite a while. I've had some ideas rolling in my brain. I've kind of looked online to see was there anyone that had a pattern that really met what I was thinking would work, because I'm not a pattern designer. So I would prefer to have a pattern. However, I have hacked and self-drafted my own patterns here and there throughout the year. So I figured I found something, but it was all in centimeters. I will put a link to it in the comments, well, in the details for you all. But I'm playing on top of that. So I'll share my measurements as always. If I have measurements for something, I try to share measurements. But today we're going to make a faux Dior book tote. And right now we're in the interfacing part. So if you're new here, please hit subscribe. Please comment, say where you're from, if you're sewing with me today. And please, join us over on our free Facebook group. I'll make sure that the link to that is also in the details of the event. So we're making this faux Dior book tote. That's the goal. And I'll share with you the different materials that I am using. I don't know if we'll get through the whole thing because my Sunday Sew Lives are really for me to take a break from running the business and enjoy sewing myself. So, one of the things this channel started out of me just wanting to sew and have it recorded so that maybe someday my children would enjoy listening to me. But it's turned into so much more. I've taught fiber dyeing at a couple events, and through that, our small business began, which is hand-dyed fabrics and eco-friendly printed fabrics right here in the US. So my time to sew has become less. So I've been trying to make my Sundays that I at least sew for 2-3 hours, and I figured why not share it with all of you and just have an enjoyable, calm time for community and maybe get some sewing done. So I don't know if we'll get this project fully done, but hopefully we'll get to a decent place with it. So I have my iPad on over here. So if you do say good morning, if you say hello, I might not see it right away, but please comment, please say hi. And I'll talk to you about the materials that I am using. So if you're not familiar with the Dior Book Tote, it is a fairly simple, streamlined, squared tote, but it just has some elevated features that I really liked. It's more rectangled, right, and stout, and it just had like a really nice structure that I liked. So the materials that we're going to use today, I am going to be using some of our dynamic fabric kit from September. So if you're not familiar with our kits, I do release 20 exclusive kits each month with my hand-dyed fabric, coordinating prints, as well as each month they come with a color theory card. And basically that's to help you pair this dyed fabric with your stash. If you choose not to use any of the other things that come with the dynamic fabric kit, you can use the color theory card to match with different colors in your stash. Or I do have some of my shop besties in the community. They have provided a discount code for you to go over and shop on their shops to be able to find something that goes with the dyed fabric. So this one is from September. It's called the Cauldron. And it's just this really moody, you're probably not going to pick up the purples that are in here. I don't know. Sometimes the camera doesn't show them, but it has purples and blues. Black is always a difficult dye. And so this is an ice dye of black. And so a lot of the colors that make up a black dye will split. And so it's really, really cool. I'm really happy with it. So I wanted to use that. And then I thought, you know what, I'm going to pair, if you follow fashion, my background is in ethical fashion. If you follow fashion at all, you might have seen Dior when they had their it was like a release in Scotland. They paired a lot of things with plaids. And so plaid is really on trend. Taylor Swift wore plaid the other week to the VMAs, and we all know Taylor sets some trends. And so our Dark Academia series actually has really great plaids. And one of the colors on the color theory card to use was this deep forest green color. And so I thought, how cool would it be to pair, if I'm going to do a Dior tote, to do it with plaids and then to do the lining with my dyed fabric. Because the other part of a lot of trends right now, you're noticing that a lot of vintage types items are being paired with like a gothic trend. And so I felt like this really fit the bill. So those are the two of our fabrics. So again, this is our Serpents plaid in our Dark Academia series. It's very Potter inspired. You probably have seen me use the Hufflepuff one before, the Badger plaid. But I just thought this one went really well with that. And then we're going to do, and I don't want to reach over my iron, but we're also going to add some of the, I think this is the slate clay vinyl from Mormino. So that's going to be my sides, my base, and some accents, as well as my handles, and we're going to do rolled handles. So here's my deal. Like I said, I don't know if I'll get through all of this today during our Sunday Sew Live, because again, I try to stick this to 2 to 3 hours so that I get to call my college kids on Sunday and spend some family time. So I figured this week, maybe one night we'll do another live, like part 2, and we'll finish the bag. So I'll make sure to post that on my Instagram and over in the Facebook group for when I'm going to do that. All right, so that is that. We're also going to do, again, like I said, I have so many ideas about this bag. We're also going to do in the center of the plaid a panel, because you know how Dior has their nice little Dior on the front of their bag. We're going to do a panel, and I'm going to see if I can freehand stitch Thunderbird. We'll see. We'll see. But that's what we're doing. So right now we're just cutting out the interfacing and interfacing. So since this tote is fairly structured, I am going to be interfacing my sailcloth canvas, which is my dyed fabric. I am going to be interfacing that with some Faux, which is just a basic cotton woven interfacing. I normally wouldn't, because our basket weave is fairly thick. But I'm also going to interface my basket weave with the Faux. What I love about that, for those of you who have never used our print fabrics, our basket weave is our thickest base. All of our cotton fabrics, all of our print fabrics, all of our dyed fabrics are domestic friendly. But what I love about this is if you interface it, it almost sews like vinyl, like a good domestic vinyl. And I really like that. So I'm going to interface this because I do want this to have a structure. And I don't think I'm going to interface my vinyl at all. I'm going to let that go. So we'll see, because the way that this goes together, I need the vinyl to be a little bit pliable. Okay. So we're gonna make it work. So good morning, say hello, and we're gonna start cutting out this interfacing so that we can iron it. And you don't need that picture, you need that picture. All right, this week has been so busy for us. We're getting ready for Sewcation Orlando and Salty Sews retreat in Orlando, which is the same weekend. It's the 17th to the 20th. And it's our first time ever vending. So definitely looking forward to it, but it is a lot of work and a lot of standing on concrete all week, which isn't the most fun. Oh, just a hair. Well, maybe we'll we'll roll with it. So we've been barcoding all of our inventory, and for the most part, we pretty much have everything barcoded now, which is going to make life so much easier in the long run for everything, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Let me move this over so I don't bump you guys. And I really needed this today. I feel like a lot of the work that I did this week wasn't creative. And being a creative person, that's a surefire way to burn out. So I'm really, really happy that I'm taking this time to do this. I was really looking forward to it, even though, you know how it is. Sewing is, the majority of it is interfacing, cutting, and so forth. And like I said, I'll share these measurements with you guys and the details then. If you want to make it, I don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, because like I said, I used another pattern. I'll post that link again. It's all in centimeters. I converted it, and then I also cut out some pieces of my own. The pattern that I'm going to share the link for, it does not have any pockets or anything on the interior. And I am going to add a slip pocket, a key fob, as well. So yeah. All right. I think that's all we need to interface. So we need to iron now. Where am I sticking this guy? Over there. Okay. One thing with the basket weave is definitely use steam, because wrinkles in the basket weave can kind of hold themselves a little bit. So you want to steam it. Make sure it's nice and flat. I'm going to bring you over. Good morning, Sherry. Oh, I'm so glad you like the binding. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's fun. That was the one thing, we were barcoding all of the binding we have, and it's a lot. So my mother-in-law has been helping us, which is so nice, and so thankful for her. Yeah, this Basketweave is so nice, because once you interface it, it really does create a nice structure for a bag. And we sell our Basketweave in half-yard cuts, because I do understand that a lot of times it's very difficult. You know, fabric is expensive. Don't get me wrong. Like, I try to keep our prices at a point that, you know, people can get the prints they want. But it's nice as a bag maker to be able to buy things in half-yard cuts. We can't do it for everything, but our Basketweave and our Luxe Sateen, which is our two most popular bag fabrics, we do offer those in half-yard cuts, both in retail when we have retail, and then also during pre-orders you can order half-yard cuts, which I don't know, we might be the only ones who do that. So that's really nice to not have to. You can get more prints that way, which is nice. Just want to make sure my fold there is ironed out. Yeah, I forgot to promote this video yesterday, because we were so busy. I don't know how many people will come in today, but if you watch this on the replay, please give us a like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm trying to be as consistent as possible each Sunday. As long as there's nothing important happening, we're going to do it because I just really enjoy taking the break from the week. After we got all of the stuff barcoded, we started putting together the racking for our booth. We're in a kind of a dilemma. So we have an expedition, and we were thinking, well, we were just going to need the expedition. Now we're pretty sure we're going to need to buy like a trailer to haul behind our truck, which costs a lot of money. So I've been trying to think of ways that we could make it happen, because it would just make things so much easier to do events. So we've been looking on Facebook Marketplace. We found a few that are not too crazy, but definitely need to make some dough in order to make it work. So we did put an end of summer sale up. If you didn't see it, I did send emails out this week. All of our summer foodie collection, which is such a cool, bright, fun collection. It actually reminds me a lot of the Golden Girls. So I feel like you could totally pair it with some Golden Girls fabric if you do more character stuff. But we have some fat quarter packs of the Luxe Sateen prints, which Luxe Sateen is a wider width fabric, so the fat quarters are like extra large fat quarters, which is great for bag making if you're using it as an accent. And then we do have some of the Kona prints in that line, and also the dynamic fabric kit we put on sale for July. That was the summer foodie. All of it is 25% off. So if you're looking for a deal, you want to grab some end of season fabrics at 25% off. I believe I have it open. It might be open through the end of the day, but since I'm doing this video now, I'll extend it for the rest of the week. That way, anybody who watches the replay, if you want to catch that sale, and I'll put that link in the details, or when I'm done here in the done ironing, I'll post it in the chat. But the summer foodie collection, I loved it so much. We made some really cool tags. You get 2 tags with the fat quarter pack. It has watermelon print. It has a fry print, French fry print. It has a burger print and a barbecue print. But it's like very floral, preppy. It's super cute. I figure we'll do that deal for this week. And then we also, on Tuesday, we have the release of our October dyed fabric releases, which are gorgeous. I'm so excited for people to get those and make things with it. Last year in October, we did more Halloween stuff in October. And this year I decided, I love fall, and I love like kind of the transition of green and blues in the fall. So we did the dyed retail for October is called Juniper Cottage, and it's like a dye of greens and deep blues, and there's some tans in there. It's so pretty. So that releases on October 1st. And then we also have our October Dynamic Fabric Kit, which I'm so excited about because Jade from the Heartwood and Hide, she collaborates with us pretty much every kit because she helps me create the tags for the kit. But October, you'll actually get fabric prints that Jade designed that go along with the dynamic fabric kit. So we're really excited, and those colors are like a really deep jade green color, and like a cornflowery with some darker blues. So, and there's like there's a special little new item from Jade and Chris in there. All right, so I think I want to say, oh, I want to iron this. So this is my inside pocket, and I'm just going, this is the way I like to make pockets anymore. It's so much easier. So I'm just gonna iron it, fold it in about 1/2 inch, and iron it. Just going to do the same on this side. And then we're going to fold it up to meet the other side. And we're going to iron it there. Okay, and then this is my key fob. So we're gonna iron it down the center. And then we're gonna fold it in. All right, so there's those pieces. I have all of my vinyl pieces cut. I'm gonna get my ironing board taken down here and turn off my iron, and we'll set up over at the sewing table. Apollo is not up with me this morning. My mother-in-law is here, so he prefers Grammy when Grammy is here. All right, I'm gonna move you guys over. Sorry to move you. Hopefully we don't wreck anything. There we go. Make sure the Sailrite is in the picture there. There we go. Down my ironing board. Sorry for the squeaker. She's a squeaker. Okay, and then we're gonna grab the iPad, plug that in so we don't lose charge. There we go. Take a drink. All right, so I do think I was kind of contemplating like what thread do I use here. I don't really have this color green. I have like a teal from Saya Swag. I have the lime green from Wizardry. I have like a forest green from Sunny Sewing. And they just all did not, they just weren't the right shade of green. Does that happen to anybody else? That it's just not the right shade. And you're like, man, I thought I had I have a lot of thread. So I think I'm going to do, this is like a beige from Sunny Sewing Machines. I think that is going to look, it's going to, one, really pop the stitches on the black vinyl. And I think it's going to look decent with the plaid and the interior fabric. So we're going to use just this beige from Sunny Sewing Machines. It's a Tech 70, I believe. But first things first, we have to get our thread from last Sunday out of here. And we need to oil Gertie because she does not like to not be oiled. And change our bobbin. Anybody working on any projects themselves? Okay. Probably gonna need at least 2 bobbins. Goes to the side for now. I'm gonna move my blue bucket so we can oil Gertie. So again, my Sailrite fabricator, she can give me some pain once in a while with my bobbin casing, and my rotary, what do we call this? Rotary hook. That's been her thing since I got her. Not severe, but you just gotta learn, her quirks. So she likes to be oiled in there every time, especially if I haven't sewn for a full week. It's always good to just give her a good oil. All right, we're gonna make our bobbins. It's been dreary and rainy here all week, but thank goodness we didn't get what some people got with this hurricane. And gosh, my heart goes out to anybody who's dealing with that, because just the devastation that it can bring. So if you're going through that, I'm so sorry that you're dealing with it. We had our old house that we lived in when the kids were little. There was a flood in our community, and our basement flooded. It's not fun. Yeah, that is an ordeal. And ours was not near what other people had in our area at that time. It really, I forget what hurricane that was now. But we've only just had dreary days, rainy days. When it does that. Wraps around the little knob there. All right. So, and we always want to check our tension. So I have my little piece of fabric here. We're going to check that too. Yeah, last night I could not sleep. My brain is just, there's so many things that are going on, like, to do. I was dealing with a lot of that, like, trying to just shut my brain off from thinking about all the things that need to be done. I see we have 10 people watching. Say hello. Say good morning. Thanks for joining me so early on a Sunday. Okay. Put our bobbin in there. If you're just joining, we are trying our hand at making a faux Dior Book Tote. We'll see how it fares. And I don't think we'll get it completely done, but I promise this week, I think this week I'm going to be a little more freed up than what I've been. So I promise this week we'll do a part 2 one night. We'll do some nighttime sewing. Okay, looks good. Alrighty. Alright, we can put our boo bucket back. Alright, let's see. What are we going to do first? Well, I have these sitting here. I might as well do those. I think I'm going to need to order some double-sided tape soon. This is my interior slip pocket. And I actually, I did not measure if this is gonna even work. Let's double check that. So this is, which pieces are these? These are the sides. That's the bottom. This is the interior. So let's see. Do I need to clip this down? Oh, maybe I should clip it about an inch. Let's take this butt guy off a second. I'm gonna take an inch off of both ends here. I'm sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. This is my interior pocket, and so I know I need at least a 1/4 inch down here, and I'm going to need at least a 1/4 inch up there, and I kind of wanted to put my bag tag, well, I could put my bag tag on the other side, but I feel like I need to take at least an inch off of this, so that's what I'm going to do. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Rinda. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Jackie from Maryland. Oh my goodness. I hope everybody's having a good day. A good start to their day. Having their coffee, maybe. I had my coffee and I was sitting doing my planner for the week. And by the time I was done with my planner, my coffee was cold. And I was at the point of I'm just gonna not warm it up. I'm gonna grab some tea, some iced tea, and start the day. I did have a couple sips of my coffee, but not as much as I would have liked. We'll see how I fare the rest of the day with barely any sleep last night. Yeah, my brain just would not shut off. Oh, let me measure this quick now. Open so that I can, so it's 12 1/4 because I wrote down all my measurements so I can put it in the details for you guys. All right. I think that's better, don't you think? Because I'm going to add this. Oh, look, it's not long enough, you guys. Oh, boo. I'm going to have to fold it in a bit more. No biggie. It can be done, right? Good morning, Sally. Sealy? Oh gosh, I hope I'm saying your name right. I hate when I don't say people's name right. I love the book tote too. Yes, I've been wanting to make one for a while, and then we have these plaids, and I'm just telling you guys, if you don't have plaids in your stash, you need to get some, because they're, especially if you sew to sell, I feel like there's just, I call them print neutrals. I feel that way about my hand-dyed fabric. It's like a printed neutral. You can pair it with a lot of things. There we go. Okay. So when you iron this, we're going to be taking it in about 3/4 of an inch instead of 1/2 an inch. All right, we're going to put our double-sided tape across the top here. And then I got, I have a woven label for this. I was like I'm trying really hard to just make this like very, I'm not Dior, but I wanted to make it like as elegant as possible, right? But you need to have something fun. So, I'll show you. I got these woven labels from Emporium Threads that have Kermit the Frog, and it says, "But that's none of my business." And I just thought it's sassy and it's cute, and he's green, right? So I feel like it works really well. So we're gonna place him right there, and we're gonna add another piece of double-sided tape. Yeah, I thought that's a perfect one for a Dior Book Tote, don't you think? I have one that says Books and Coffee, but I was like, oh, he's green, it'll go really well. All right, so now we're going to just place our vinyl right on top there. We're going to fold that over. And I'm going to clip it. Yeah, we have so much stuff to take, and I'm just thinking about this trailer situation. That was what was on my mind all last night, because we want, so here's the dilemma. My mother-in-law is coming with us, which is so wonderful. I'm so grateful. And my niece, who I shared with you guys last week, my niece's work burnt down 2 weeks ago. And so she's been helping, and she's so good with Apollo. Like so good with Apollo. And so we have to bring Apollo everywhere. So we figured it would be great if my niece came along, just so that when we're setting up the booth, DJ could be in helping us set up and not with the dog. So now we're taking, it's 4 of us plus the dog in the expedition, and the racks for the booth are 6 foot long, which is not going to fit. So now we have to find a trailer, and they're just so expensive. And like part of me is like, I don't even know if we're going to continue to do vendor events. Like the only reason we're doing this vendor event is because we were originally going to do So Magical, and we have so much inventory that we just need, you know, it was a big loss. And so we need to try to recuperate that. We're in a good place, but it's still, you know, it just weighs on you. Like, I don't want us to get in the position where we're not in a good place. So So yeah, I'm like trying to find on Facebook Marketplace a trailer that's in decent condition, that's in the price range, in a week. Oh. Oh, he's so cute. That Kermie is adorable. I love it. Look how cute. All right. So I'm going to clip my centers on this interior piece. And I'm not going to clip my centers here because we still have a piece that's going up on top here. But I am going to mark my center on my pocket. Do I have a marking tool over here? Or did I put both of them someplace else? I usually keep one here. Oh, it's on the floor. That would be. So, oh, you know, all the things that keep you up at night. That's what's been going on with me. Another news though, my kids are good. I'm like so proud of my kids. My kids are doing so well. I'm so proud of them. My daughter, when we talked with her last Sunday, she has hundreds in all of her classes. I know that that won't last forever because school's hard for her. She really has to work at it. But I was so proud of her that at least she's starting out like really strong. And my son, he had his first big paper this week, so I'm excited to talk with him today and see how that went and how his esports went this week. Okay. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys are feeling the same way as me, but the plaid with this dyed, oh, it just adds a whole other level. It makes me happy. All right, so now we're gonna start our stitch right there. I've been debating, do I want to do rivets on this? One of the reasons I'm debating that is I think I would need to go downstairs and grab my rivet punch because we were using it for our sample packs. We were putting sample packs together for the shows, and I know that they're downstairs, so we're just gonna back stitch this and make it secure. Oh, looks good. Top stitching is looking real good. And then on next Sunday, as long as I have this done, my plan for next Sunday is we're going to do a notebook cover, the Sweetly Unique book cover. Has anyone done that before? I know a lot of people have made it. But Megan was so nice to gift me the pattern. So I want to make a cover for my Passion Planner, my new one, my 2025. I know, Rinda, you've used the plaids. You used the gem plaid from the Griffin, which was it's so pretty. That's so pretty in person too. Okay. those and see if I can pull them through. This one I might not be able to, just because of how I started it. Oh, I love it. All right, so now we're going to add that top piece. Find it. And I have pieces that are similar in length, so bear with me a second. Those are for the other interior. It's for the handles. That's that piece. Right. Okay. So I'm going to clip my centers on this. And I was thinking, I know the Dior tote does not have a snap, like it doesn't close. But I don't know, I feel like, good morning, Gail. I don't know, I feel like I don't like a bag that doesn't close. I don't know. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should put a snap on this so that it can be at least somewhat closed? Or do you think I should skip it? We're just gonna do a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I don't know what the seam allowances were for this pattern that I kind of self-draft hacked from. It didn't say. Again, it was all in centimeters. So I'm just gonna do 1/4 inch seam allowances. And if we need a clip down, we'll go from there, but that's what I'm doing. All right, we're gonna change our stitch length. When we were in, when my son and I were in England, we were in London, we went by the Harrods windows, and the Dior window, the square silhouette is definitely going to be the silhouette of bags in the next few months, year, because that's all you saw were square silhouettes and then slouchy bags. So I thought that was very interesting. And if you haven't used this slate vinyl from Mormino, it's their clay series. It's so nice. I love it. All right, I'm gonna hold off on putting the snap in. We'll just we'll kind of wait and see, but you guys think about that. Should we put the snap? Maybe once we get the exterior constructed and kind of see what the exterior looks like, we can make a decision on that. All right, so that's one side of the interior. Now we're gonna do the other, which is fairly simple. We're just adding, we're gonna add this little key clip because I'm sorry, especially if this tote doesn't end up getting a snap, you do need some place to put your phone and put your keys. So that's why we're doing a key fob. Right? Been watching some decent TV this week. At night when I wasn't barcoding and I was working on computer stuff, I watched a bunch of true crime this week. I feel like that was the mood I was in. I don't know. So there were two things on Netflix. I also watched the new Agatha, which I love that series. I feel it's so good. They're doing such a good job with it. It's making my heart happy. Okay, I'm going to clip our centers. Clip our centers. Yeah, this just got so cool. You can kind of see some of the different splits that went on here. I don't know if are you guys seeing the purple in here? Purples and blues. There's some really cool greens that come out. That was a cool dye. All right, now I have to decide what side I'm putting this. So I think probably about here I want to put it. How many inches is that from center? We'll do 3 inches from the center. I'm just going to put a little bit over, probably like, it's about a 1/4 inch. Okay. And we're gonna sew that a 1/4 inch. for how to piece this together. It's going to be interesting. We'll see. And I've never done rolled handles before, so that's going to be definitely a new skill. I'm hoping this all works out because I really like the fabrics. I was thinking this morning when I was cutting the dyed fabric, I was like, I know how you guys feel when you're like saying, oh, I don't want to cut it, I'm afraid. I'm definitely afraid with this because if I mess it up, I don't have enough to do another one. But hey, it's okay. We're gonna make it work. All right, we're gonna top stitch this now. Come on, baby. I should really get one of those jumpers, huh? I keep saying I'm gonna do it, and I don't. For how many times the Amazon guy shows up at my house. This week the plan is to get all the kits put together. So I'm teaching at Salty Sews, I'm teaching Indigo, which those kits aren't really difficult to put together. We have everything kind of pre-prepped and just kind of make an assembly line. But the hanging project bags, I have to cut all the fabric for that and the TPU for that. So that is going to be a bit of a project this week. I'm going to put my bag tag because you need to have the logo, right? That's part of a Dior bag, is their big logo on the front. But we're going to put a bag tag in, one of my tags from Jade and Chris. All right. I usually start my tags in the center. I find it easier to make it work. I don't know. I just started doing that a little while ago and I feel like it's helped. And I'm at a 4 1/4 stitch length for the size of my tags. That's what I've found is the best length. Oh yeah, I did it. Good, good, good. This one was a little off, but it's all right. It still looks nice. Have you ever inspected name brand bags? They definitely, they are definitely not as well made as what they charge. Okay, let's see here. I have my bobbin thread was all wrapped in among everything here. There we go. There we are. Right? Oh, Jackie. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, so the utility bag from Sailrite. I haven't done any of Sailrite's patterns. I see a lot of them. So for Jackie and anyone else who is new, when we bought our Sailrite, so I've been sewing, gosh, I've been sewing probably, I think my daughter is 21. So I've been sewing for probably about 22 years, 23 years. And I mainly sewed on a 1970s singer. And then, which was my aunt's. And I never realized that it was semi-industrial, but it definitely was. Now that I have a new domestic machine, I know that that was semi-industrial. Yeah, so then my husband and I, we had glamping tents here on our farm, and tents need repaired, and so the reason we got the fabricator wasn't for me to make bags, it was to repair our tents, and so we did do that. I have a video of us doing that. Hey, House of Stitches, how you doing? So that's why I bought my Sailrite, was originally to repair our tents, and we did do that. But then as I was looking for things to do with it, I stumbled upon this great world of bag makers. And yeah, I've just been, haven't repaired a tent since. All right, let me get our bottom. I just want to clip my centers for my bottom. So yeah, and I love it for bag making. I really, and I've had a hard time. You can probably watch some of the Sunday sews. I'm going to try. I was thinking next week, the fabric I'm using next week is all cotton wovens. There's no vinyls or anything. I was thinking about maybe trying to do the Sweetly unique notebook cover on my Bernina. I'm sure it can be done, but the intimidation feeling, we'll see how crazy the week is. I'm sure it can be done on my domestic. But yeah, definitely, I love my Sailrite. And even though she has her corks, like I said, I have to oil her rotary hook. The bobbin area needs to be oiled every time I sew. If I don't do that, she tends to jam up. She'll get thread jammed in there for some reason. My husband has looked at it. But the nice thing about Sailrite is they have great customer service. And so when I have had problems that I couldn't figure out myself, they've been great. So let me see, did I cut this right? Yes, I did. Okay, so now this is the topper part for here. Should I clip? I guess I should clip the top of this too. I've been getting a little bit better with the food situation since my kids have left. I figured if I cook like every 2 days, it's enough food for just me and my husband. But then what throws me off is like if a kid comes home on the weekend. My son, he came home last weekend, and then it was like we had so much leftovers. So yeah, we're still working that situation out. I will say this for anybody who's considering a fabricator. If you already have a really great domestic machine that's, you know, can handle bags, I would, if we wouldn't have had the tents to repair, because truly, and I don't know, maybe it would, I didn't even know it existed at the time, but because I am very happy with her, I think I would maybe get, and now it just, to me, it kind of doesn't make any sense, because I don't have space here in the creativity corner, because it is a corner. But a Thor long, like a, what do we call those? The one without the table. Man, it totally just slipped my brain. Blame perimenopause. A cylinder arm. I think I would maybe go with a cylinder arm if I wouldn't, you know, but because I do sometimes bag making, because this baby can do everything a Thor can do. It can, I mean, I've sewn layers this thick. I mean, it's a beast. But when you're one in the top stitch, like the outside of a bag, like the, it is difficult. Like I really have to, it's a, you know, you're standing, you're hoping you're getting it straight. I've done it, but man, a cylinder arm would be nice during those situations. So yeah, for October, we have our Juniper Cottage releasing dyed fabric, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, well, let's get in the top stitch. So Juniper Cottage, the October Dynamic Fabric Kit, which is collaboration with Jade from the Heartwood and Hide. That also releases on October 1st. And, oh, I forgot all about this. We also have a new dragon die. For those of you who love our dragon scale fabric and are into dragons, we have an exclusive release kit that's releasing on October 1st. That is really cool. I'm calling it, what am I calling it? Dragon's Den. Yeah, I think that's what I'm calling it. And you get 2.5 yards of Kona of our dragon prints that coordinate with it. But it's like this cool, like, it's like greens and like a fiery yellow and like, oh, it's so cool. And it's on the cotton sateen. I think it's going to make some really cool bags. So that release is also on October 1st. Lots of goodies. All right, so we have, now I can clip the centers on here. So I'm gonna do that. Okay. And I'm not gonna sew the lining together yet. I wanna do the exterior so I can see exactly like how much of a seam allowance do I need for my lining. So we're gonna just set all these pieces aside and start our exterior, which, sweet baby Jesus, here we go. All right, so I need to find my centers on this, and this is the basket weave. My thought behind this was to do a strip of leather of the faux vinyl in the center, and then freehand stitch Thunderbird. So I guess we'll work on that. And what I'm going to do, I think I have enough. Do I have enough? Let's see what I got here. I want to also put some foam in between it. Okay, so let's start with these pieces. So this piece is going to, just to give you guys a visual of what I'm doing here, this piece is going to go across the center here, okay? But I definitely want to hide the edges of the vinyl. So I'm going to put double-sided tape down both sides. Clip our center. And I cut these a little longer because I needed to see like what would it look like once I had the foam in there, if it was gonna budge it at all. So I think we're just gonna piece some foam in here. This is so not technical, you guys. But you know what? I bet you Dior, it wouldn't shock me. And this is just some sew-in foam that I have leftovers of. Okay, now I'm just going to take some double-sided tape, put it on my foam, and we're going to piece it down. Okay, and we're going to peel this up, and we're going to just fold that in. This is the part that's going to take a while because I'm going to get my perfectionism's going to start showing. Okay, so we have this piece. Let me go get my roller. I want to roll this. Okay. And I got that roller from Zarel, but I do believe Gabby from Wonderground carries it now. All right, so I am going to clip this like so. And I guess I need more double-sided tape to stick this down. Yep. Oh gosh, do I have more tape someplace? I do. I do. And I buy my double-sided tape from Sale Right because I like theirs a lot. All right, we're gonna, I know this is a lot of tape. And my Sale Right handled it just fine. Like, the needle does just fine with it. I probably am at the point where I should replace my needle, though. I haven't done it in a little while. Whoop, whoop. That's the end of her. End of this baby. There's a little bit on there yet that I could probably peel off and use. All right. Again, this has all just been in my dreams, you guys. I know I have a little bit of an overhang over here, but I did that because I wasn't sure how the foam was going to react to this. Okay, so now we're going to top stitch this. And I think maybe we're just going to do a T and an H. T and H though. It'll be. No. I feel like I need to do Thunderbird. I don't know. It's a long word to stitch out, you guys. I kind of feel I gotta commit. I have to do it. I wish I had stencils. I feel like if I had a stencil, I would. Maybe I should print it out. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to print it out, and I'm going to lay it out. What time is it? Oh, we're only at 11:15, so that's good. Okay, we got this. All right, so there's that one. I'm just going to leave this overhang here for now. I'm not going to stress about it just yet. But, I mean, that looks cool. And once that's stitched on there, that will look really cool. Don't you guys think? All right, let's do the second one. before I get on the computer and print things out. So we're gonna clip our centers. Okay. That piece. Now we need to clip our center marks here. Okay. And then we need our double-sided tape. New roll. Where's the end? There it is. Yeah, I'm excited now. Excited it's coming together. Good morning, little Miss Petunia from California. Isn't that a cute handle? I love that. Everybody just getting up in California. Okay. And then we need, I'll fold these over and then it'll make it easier to cut those pieces of foam. So yeah, for those of you who are new, this is something I try to do each Sunday. Just because our business is, we're busy. I feel like we're in that season where we're not quite big enough, but we're big enough to be busy. Just DJ and I, right? Which also is like, it's a season of a business. Like the decisions we make now are so important because my background is in ethical fashion and marketing. I worked with a lot of startup companies in my career, and like this is like a really important stage. So I'm like, I feel like I've been just trying to make the right decisions. And that's what was really like just keeping me up this week. Ugh. Because you have to like risk running a business. And for the most part, I enjoy the spontaneity of running a business. But, you know, you do need to plan things out and try to make the best decision you can. Okay. Part of me is like, can we shove my niece, my mother-in-law, the dog, me and Dennis, DJ in the expedition, and then we just shove all of the stuff for the booth all around us? That's not safe to drive 17 hours, right? Oh. Part of me really doesn't want to spend the money on a trailer that potentially, this is the also, we've thought about renting, but it's for a week, you know, so until you rent for a full week, like you might as well take that $1,000 and put it on a trailer that you're gonna own, right? Like that's, Deej and I keep going back and forth. So, yeah, that's the situation right now. Still lying in bed. Oh, it does feel like, yes, it is definitely fall here. I love fall. Fall is my season, I think. I like spring too, but I feel like spring is always too short. Fall actually lasts a little bit, right? At least here in Pennsylvania it does. So I've been sleeping with the window open. It's so nice at night. Apollo likes it because he can hear animals. If you're new here and you don't know who Apollo is my husky Australian Shepherd mix. He's our pupper. He's my third child. But he's downstairs with his Grammy right now because my mother-in-law is here and he loves her. Okay. Yeah, I just loved the Dior fashion show where they were in Scotland and using all of the plaids. And then they had like this cool, like, it was like leather and lace. It was cool. And like combat boots. To think that Doc Martens are coming back. All right. So now we're gonna just put that across. Let me make sure that I'm centered here. Nothing worse than a crooked stripe. Okay, and we're going to top stitch this one. For those of you who are new, if you haven't tried our fabrics yet and you want to see what our different bases are like, we do have a fabric sample pack that we offer. So if you go to our website, and actually here, I'll type this in for you guys because this is really nice to just, if you haven't used the fabric yet. Okay. We do have an FAQ area of our website that talks about our fabrics, but you can actually get yourself a free fabric sample pack. There's a code there. Either you boop the snoot of my dog when he comes up and go through that process, or just check out that page there and that'll show you how to get your free fabric sample pack. And you can choose between bag making fabrics, our dyed fabric, or our apparel fabrics. And you get to choose one of those for free. And just use the code when you check out. You pay for shipping, we pay for the sample pack. And shipping is just a flat rate. But our next, we do 4 pre-orders a year, print pre-orders. And so our next one is our last chance pre-order, which starts November 14th through December 6th. And it's really where you guys tell us which prints you want us to keep for 2025. So we'll go through at the end of that pre-order and see which prints were ordered this year, and then those prints will come back next year, and then any that haven't been ordered, they go away and we make room for new. All right, so now we have our strips on. This is the next thing, you guys, that I have to think about, because the way that the rolled handles work, I think I'm going to do little accents with D-rings and then attach my rolled handle that way. So what I did was, you know, you use what you got, right, guys? Where is it now? Oh goodness, where did I put it? I wanted to show you, and now I don't know where I threw it. Oh, here it is. So Jess Ochre Roots, she has these fancy strap templates for like when you're doing like a strap for a crossbody. I thought, you know what, I'm going to use this 1 inch and I'm going to cut them out, use them as the tabs to anchor my D-rings. So I think I'm going to stitch them on now. I'm going to cut them out before we go to the computer and print off our letters for the template for Thunderbird. And I would think we probably will get, that will probably be what we get done, because what time is it? Almost, it's 11:30. We'll see. We might get the rolled handles done, but I'm not going to push it. I really want to take my time with this bag. I feel like last week when we were doing, I was finishing my projects. When we were done, I mean, I was so glad to be done with that project. But then I thought to my, because we did stay an extra hour. Then because originally I said these would be 2 hours, and now I'm saying 3 hours. I want to do bags, you know, like I want to do bags, but at the same time, I like to take, I'm not a fast sewist. So I figured, you know, if we don't finish something, as long as my week isn't too crazy, we'll, one night during the week, we'll finish the bag in like a part 2. And if I really don't get to it, we can always do like we did last week, which was like, let's finish our unfinished projects, right? So we're not going to rush. We're going to take our time. I'm really excited about the last pre-order of the year because I'm excited to see which designs actually stay. I have new designs picked out, but I have to wait and see how many designs are coming back because I can't do them all. Okay, so I think, I don't know, I think that's gonna look good. Don't you guys think that'll look good? All right, so this is where I kind of like, should I have a rivet? I don't want to run downstairs and get the rivets. We're just gonna put a little piece of double-sided tape in the center there, and we're just gonna stitch it right onto the bag. Yeah, fall, it's so funny. My husband and I, so the 20th was our wedding anniversary, 22 years. And we were just talking yesterday because we're like, you know, it's so, in Pennsylvania, it's like a hit or miss. Like you either get that week that was our wedding, it's either super hot still, you know, like 80 degrees, or it's rainy. I feel like October, well, we've had Octobers where it's been really rainy, but October is actually the cooler, nicer fall month here in Pennsylvania, I think. I use Jess's templates for so much more than what she tells me to use it for. I'll make sure I'll put a link to her template then. And I thought gold hardware, it had to be gold. So I know a lot of people don't use gold hardware. Attach the poles to the top of the expedition for your trip. You mean the racking? Yeah, we have like racks, right? DJ said that. DJ was like, yeah, you know, we could do that. I don't know if we will have, we have so much inventory from, oh, yeah, that's an idea. I feel like that's the last ditch effort there, Jackie. I agree. We've been, like I said, we've been looking on Facebook Marketplace. We found a few trailers that are like, it's semi-decent deal. But I'm also putting out in the universe, I hope this week's releases go really well. Again, Juniper cottage dyed fabric. We have, I think, over 30 pieces of that going to release on October 1st. We have 20 of the dynamic fabric kits that are in collaboration with Jade, the Heartwood and Hide, that are gorgeous. Like, you guys, I'll show you those. I have it right here. I'll show you again. Where is it here? It's so pretty. Like, this would be a beautiful, and I do have some retail of the prints. So this is the cornflower blue Rococo Castle. This is the Jade Rococo Castle. This is Jade from the Heartwood and Hide designed these prints. And then these are the two dyed fabrics. So they're so pretty. And then there's a little surprise, because if you guys know me, I try to find what is happening in design trends. And one of the design trends is charms on bags. And so there might be something really fun in there. What does pattern look like? The pattern that I'm making is a faux Dior Book Tote. So if you go and Google Dior Book Tote, you'll see what it looks like, because I don't have one finished and there is no actual pattern for this. This is self-drafted for the most part, other than a pattern I found online that was on someone's blog, which I'll put the link to then. Yeah, it was in centimeters, so I had to convert everything, Linda. But when I'm all done here, I'll make sure that the pattern dimensions and all my measurements, I'll make sure to put those in the details. So right now I'm just marking 3 inches away from center. I feel like, I don't know. This is always so hard for me with handles. But I do feel like that would probably be decent. And then I'm going to do 1.5 inches, like where the D-ring is. I'm going to do 1.5 inches. So yeah, I'm hoping this week's releases go well, because my father-in-law said that he would go halves with us on the trailer. So if I can make enough to do half, I would feel like, you know, who's to say that this vendor event isn't going to go? I feel this is, here, I'll share this with you. I'll be a little vulnerable. And again, I'm not talking bad about anybody because business is hard. And I don't know all the situation that happened. But when So Magical got postponed the first time, then canceled, I do feel like it just made me really nervous about doing these types of events. And I love Amanda and I love Sarah. You know, Amanda from Sewcation and Sarah from Salty Sews. Like, I know that they're putting their heart and soul into this event, these two events. And I do trust them. I just think as a business owner, you're trying to minimize the risk all the time. And I just hope that these events go well, because there's so much I want to do, right? And if things don't go, like, then you have to put things on hold, which I get, right? Like, it happens, but I don't want to put things on hold. I want to release things that you guys love. Oh, my guy is crying. I have to let Apollo up, you guys. And then for those of you who haven't met my dog, you can meet my guy. You want to come up, buddy? You want to come up? Do you want a treat? Come here. Let's say hello to everybody. All right, here's my guy. There he is. That's whose snoot you boop when you go to my website. Do you want a treat? Come here. Come here. Something just fell and that scared him. Come here. Do you want a treaty? Come here. Look it. Come on up. Up, up, up. I'm not coming downstairs. Come here. Oh, he's nervous about this. Here. Mama will move that. Come here. Apollo, come. Oh, now he's ignoring me. Whatever. Huskies. Come here. Here, I'm going to set it right here for you, okay? Oh, what's going on? He doesn't like my ironing board. When he was a puppy, one time, we were in, oh, there he came and took the treat. One time when he was a puppy, my ironing board, like, fell and scared him. So, like, ever since then, if something falls in my sewing room or the ironing board is too far out in his area, he, like, wants nothing to do with it. So it didn't fall on him. It was just the sound and noise scared him. So yeah, that's my guy. That's my third child. All right, let me mark the handles on this other side. So yeah, so I don't know. I'm nervous about this whole thing. I guess it makes sense. We have fun things happening at the booth, so I'm excited to see how it all comes together. And then what we are going to do, so make sure you're signed up for my email list. If you're new here, sign up for the email list, because even if you're not going to these events, this is pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about this. Even if you're not going to these events, we are going to do, on the day we're coming back, on the 21st, we are going to do a shop the booth. And guys, we've put together so many fun things for this booth that are like extras that we don't normally do. So like, we're going to do, and I think we might actually offer free shipping for shopping the booth. We've been talking a lot about it. So that's not confirmed yet. We need to make sure that we can swing it. I think the free shipping will all depend on how the vendor event goes. Over like $150 or $100, we have to figure out what the exact amount is going to be. But we put together, so from sewing on YouTube, so many times, like, I buy fabrics from other shops. You know, I have my own fabric that I'm using. And so I don't ever use like a whole yard of fabric. So I always have remnants of stuff. And so what we did last night, and I don't know if there's still some left to shop the booth. We'll see what happens. But they're mystery packs of Creativity Corner remnants. So, and I mean, I have a lot. So there'll be mystery packs. So when people spend a certain amount in the booth, they're going to be able to pick one of those or buy them for $5. And it's like, I mean, some of them have some really good stuff. I mean, some of them have like Basketweave in them. And so that's exciting. You have an Akita Pit Mix. Aww. Yeah, that's what Apollo lies in the doorway too, usually when I'm sewing. But I think the ironing board spooked him. He does not like that at all. And what else do we put together? We have, so we do collaborate with Jade and Chris for our tags. So we're going to be selling our cork tags a little different. So you'll be able to take advantage of those in the Shop the Booth. We also have a really big buy two, get one deal that we're going to do. And it's like a mystery bundle and it's an amazing price. So like you're basically saving probably, when I figured it out, depending on which bases you purchased, it's anywhere from $25 to $30 you're saving on fabric. So we're doing some cool things. All right, I'm just gonna top stitch these and try to follow it as much as I can. We might be doing some cranking here. I'm just going to leave these tails for now. But that looks good, doesn't it? Oh, that makes me happy. So yeah, make sure you join our email list because I'll be sending an email out when we open that up to everybody on that Monday after the events. I think that's the 21st. And I use my narrow foot on my Sailrite. So for those of you who have a Sailrite, this is not the foot that it came with. Now to do the tents, I did use my walking foot when we were repairing our tents. It just worked much better for that. Okay, pull those through the back, tie them off. There it is. Okay. Oh, I am really liking this bag. All right. You guys seeing okay? Yeah, okay. All right, let's get this one done. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I thought about this from that ochre template. Oop, going a little fast there for us. It's all right, we're good. Okay. Next one. I was so sad to hear about Dame Maggie this week, who played Professor McGonagall and Wendy, and oh, she's just so good. And I love like the bits with her and Carol Burnett. I loved her in Downton Abbey. Oh my gosh, I have to watch Downton. That's one of my sewing shows. Like when I sew just for me and I'm not doing it on a live, Downton Abbey is definitely one of my favorite shows to watch while I'm sewing. And Violet just, oh my gosh, just makes me laugh. I love a good old lady humor, right? There we go. Okay, pull these through. Them off. What's everybody working on? What are the bags you're making? What are the projects you guys are working on? Next month I have 2 evergreen threads patterns that I'm going to be making. I love her style, so I'm excited to make those. I'm going to be doing, I know everybody's been making this bag and I haven't got to it yet, but I am going to do it next month, the Last Minute Leslie. I want to do one of those next month. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right, now we're going to figure out how we're going to put Thunderbird on here. Because originally I was going to freehand it, but now I'm getting a little too nervous to do freehand it. So I think I'm going to print it off on like a piece of paper, cut it out, and then use that as a stencil. It's just figuring out the right size, right? So we're going to come over to the computer. This is going to be a first for this. Let me move some stuff out of the way here. And we'll come over to the computer. So we still have our sides and our base and our ruled handles. We'll move you over here. I think I can move over here. Maybe not. I think I have to move the light. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna. Sorry for the mess, you guys. It is what it is. It is life. Okay, let's turn the light back on here so we can work. I'm gonna turn the computer on. So that's all I got with the pattern that I bought from I forget her name. She did it on a blog. I'll make sure to post the link for hers. But again, it's all in centimeters. Okay, let's see here. What do we want to go to? Canva. Let's go in Canva. And then let's measure. What is the height of this? Do I have a ruler someplace? Maybe. Okay. So my height is, from my stitches is what I want to do, is 2 3/8. So let's just say 2 1/4. All right. So we're going to do custom size, inches, 2 1/4 by, how big do we want this? It won't print out on that. So maybe if I do 2 1/4, let's do 2 1/4 by, let me think about this a second, you guys. 2 1/4 by 11, because then the width would be that way. Yeah, by 11. All right, and then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here, and we're going. And we're gonna space this out a little bit more. Center it. We're going to add an outline to it. And I think think that will be good. Let's give it a try. Let me make this a little thicker. You know, we could do, I could just stitch it. Let's add, let's make a copy, nope, make a copy of it. Oh, handcrafted is gonna have to be smaller. All right, let's see. Let's download this transparent background images. There's my father-in-law talking to my mother-in-law. All right, so now we have those images. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to new home, and we're gonna do custom. Nope, not custom. We just need an 8.5 by 11. Where is it? Popular. There is flyer. Okay, so now we're gonna upload those 2 images. Let me find them. I'm gonna upload those. And I am going to turn them on a 90-degree angle. And we're gonna make them as big as a piece of paper, because that's what I have. So 90 degrees. Okay. Now we're gonna print it out. So I have to download it. What I guess Dior Book Tote logo template. Download it. We're just gonna download it, and oh, I don't want to download it as an image. I want to download it as a PDF. Download. There we go. Open it, and now we're gonna print it. I'll be right back. All right, now this is gonna take a while, but let's move back over to the sewing area. Again, there's all sorts of ways you can do this. This is the way I'm gonna do it. Okay. And I'm gonna grab one of our bases. I am gonna clip this down now so that I can get an actual viewpoint of it. I am going to mark my center on my vinyl with a vinyl pen just so I can see where my center is so that this stays centered. Okay. All right, and now we're gonna cut this out. 11. So 5 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the E is going to be the center. You might just do one side, you guys. This is definitely... I do not have an embroidery machine. I used to. Before the pandemic, I had an embroidery machine. I had a Brother 4000, I think it was. And because I used to make children's clothing and embroider on it. And I don't know, I hadn't used it in such a long time. I wasn't bag making then. I was just doing like home decor type sewing. And I was like, I really don't use this anymore. So I sold it during the pandemic. This would be easy if you have an embroidery machine. You could totally just embroider this. But I don't, so we're freehanding it. I'll tilt you guys down if you can't see me cutting out letters. And it might be that I'm cutting out letters for the last part of this. Hopefully not. I think we could at least get some of the Thunderbird. We'll get the Thunderbird part sewn. Okay? I won't leave yous until we're at that part, because then that way we're at a decent place for a part 2. Why'd I have to pick such a long name for my business? At least I'm not appliquing these. That would take even longer. I know Amber, the craft reporter, she does a bunch of appliquing, and oh, it's time consuming, especially when you do it by hand. There's our bird. Oh, I don't need to do 2 R's though. There we go. We just do 1 R. We don't have to cut this all out. I don't have to do 2 D's. We can literally just reuse the ones we already have cut out. Just got to make sure that we spell it correctly. This type of stuff when I'm sewing is pretty, I like this sort of thing. It's pretty therapeutic to me. So I know not everybody enjoys this stuff, but I do like this. As long as it's going well, I'm like, this is pretty calming for me. Here. I think my father-in-law and my husband are looking at trailers. Sorry if you hear my father-in-law cursing. He's Dutch, and there's really no way to stop it. It's part of the vocabulary for a farm boy. Okay. We're getting there. I'm so excited about this. I might not be excited once I have to stitch this, but I am pretty excited about this. You didn't think you were going to watch a video today of someone cutting out pieces of paper. Oh. I'm trying to release the idea that my YouTube channel needs to be like anybody else's. I don't have the time to make it all fancy. Okay, so our center one is the E. So let's see how much space do we want to have above. Is it? Same? Yeah, it is. Right? There? No. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's the E. Let's go. Let's stitch it. And pull the tail. And we're gonna touch it down in there. Oh, pulled the stitch out. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, I just threw my letters. Crap. Where'd it go? Oh no. What letter? Oh, there it is. Well, it was just the E. Well, that was good. All right, what do I need here? I need a tissue. Or something. A little water. Let's see. Oh, looks good, guys. What do I have to like? I don't have like a cloth in here. A piece of cloth. A piece of cloth. Just a scrap piece of fabric that I can use to dry it off, and it looks nice. Do I? No, because I just went through everything. Here, we'll use a piece of this. So there's the E, you guys. So I'm going to pull it through. Oh, Paul's going to cry to go downstairs now. This is getting to the point where he's like, Mama, it's soon time to be done here. What's the matter, buddy? Hmm? Okay, now what we need to do is make sure we have enough space for all of the letters. So thunder. if I space them all apart by 1/2 of an inch, will I have enough? B, I, there's R, D. It'll be cutting it close, I think, with the edge here. But I think that is what will look the nicest. Okay. So this is where the R is gonna go. If this isn't the way you would do this, tell me how you would do it. Or if you wouldn't even do this at all. That's okay too. What's the matter, buddy? You need to go out. Okay, baby, hold on a second. All right, I think I'm gonna have my husband take Apollo out. So let me knock this off, and then I'm gonna take him down so we can take him out. Okay. Okay, buddy, come on. Come on. And there went the ironing board. That's what we didn't want to do. Here. Ugh. Yeah, I definitely need to find like one of those hooks for my ironing board. I feel like if I had a hook for it to put it on this wall, it wouldn't drop like it does. Okay. Come on. There we go. Sorry about that, you guys. now this little center triangle. Definitely gonna have to crank this. Now the B. And I need to measure 1/2 inch. Right there. Okay. You guys so you can see better. Once you get going at this, it doesn't take too long. The knotting off is really what takes the longest, I think. Okay, I have two little ones. Catch the thread. There. maybe. There you go. All right, the B's done. All right, now make sure the eye's straight. Okay. Oh, this is going to be so cool, you guys. I'm actually very excited about this bag. I hope it comes together after doing all this work. All right, now we need another R. Oh, need my center. should check my bobbin after I'm done with the D, just to make sure I have enough of bobbin. All right, time for the D. Yeah, I think it's going to be plenty of room, I think. And I want to make sure that I didn't like slant downward, right? Yeah, that's good. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to see this. Completed. Family beeping. What time are we at? 12:30. Oh, I think we'll, 2:40. We'll get this. We'll get the other side done. We'll be able to see Thunderbird. Okay. Oh. Okay, thunder. We need another D. So from the E, we're going to put you there. Oh, I'm losing my pen. Oh, I said I was going to check my bobbin. Let's do that. What do we got here? Oh, we have pretty much at least enough to do the D, I think. Yeah, it's turned out pretty cool. Thank you, Kathy. I'm hoping it turns out all right. Like I said, this is all just been in my brain thinking about doing it. Ooh, got my one thread caught in there. Where is the end of you? There you are. That's the other thing I really like about the Sailrites is the speed settings. So you can really, really slow down your speed. And when you're doing something like this, that's really nice. Oh, that makes me unhappy. We're going to pull that out. I skipped a stitch. I don't want that. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's nice when you're first learning to be able to gradually speed up. I mean, I'll say that's probably one of the reasons why I'm not a very fast sewer, is I do like the fact that my machine can go slow, and I feel like I have more control over my stitches and things like that. So, so yeah, I really do love my Sailrite, and I don't have any experience really with any other machines. Although at Socation, I'm guessing we'll be doing semi-industrials, Jukies. So I'm gonna figure that out. All right, now the N. Let's lay this out again. Just make sure we have the space that we want to have here. There's the N. U. H. And the T. I might move my N over a little bit. Whew. Mama. I mean, if I can do this, I definitely have to do handcrafted on the other side, don't you think? It's kind of like mandatory now. I think I might have to move the H up a bit. Where'd my T go? Oh. Oh, there it is. Just gonna move it up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna change my bobbin out for the rest of it. Okay, let's see. Elba says agreed, especially when you're new. Yep. And Elba also said, I got used to Ultra LSZ a few months ago. Got a used one for retreats and meetups and love it. Though still not as awesome as my fabricator. Doesn't have as much room underneath the foot as the fabricator. Yeah. I know. I had looked at the Ultra Feeds because I thought the same thing for retreats. And that's kind of when I decided that I was going to just get a Bernita. Just get a domestic machine, because quite honestly, I don't necessarily, this might just be me. When I think about going to retreats, I kind of want to learn new stuff, right? And I feel like I've not mastered, but I feel like I've gotten pretty good with bag making. Doesn't mean I can't learn something. But if I ever do retreats for myself, like that I'm gonna go and learn something, I do think I might just go for ones for like clothing, like learning to sew my own clothing, that sort of thing. Or even just like quick, just for fun stuff. I don't know. I feel like my Bernina, she can handle it. It might not be as great and not have as thick of thread, but if I'm going to a retreat, I don't know. I know a lot of people have started getting the LZs for retreats, and I think that's great because I like Sailrite as a company. But I don't know. I'm kind of glad that I didn't go that route, because they are heavy too. Oh, I need to do one more stitch. They are heavier. Again, if I do retreats, I'm gonna have to definitely take a machine on a plane, and I just feel like my Bernina, I don't know. That was my thought process behind, because I did contemplate it. But if you could find a used one for a good price, then it was probably worth it. I think the nice thing about having the LZ is that you can use thicker thread. You know, like that's the only thing I would say that I miss about having the Bernina for that sort of stuff is I'd rather use thicker thread. Oh, come on. I split the thread here. So I'm trying to get it to come through. Not you. You. Come on. There you are. There you go. Woo! Nelly. see this with you all and clean it off. Okay, here we go, H. Where do I want to start? I guess I'll start down here. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. I'm glad we committed, you guys. What letter has been the hardest? I feel like the B's and the R's, like anything that has that center thing, anything that's rounded. Yeah, I'd say the B and the R. I'm using a 4 stitch length, so I feel like once I knew the height of each letter, like so each letter is 7 stitches high, like that's helped with, you know, figuring it out. Oh, skipped a stitch. That's the thing you have to watch when you're going slow, you guys. We're not going to be messed up at the very end, right? Let's try this again. Come on, T. my goodness. You guys, this bag is gonna be legit cool. I wish I had more time to work on it today. Maybe tonight, maybe after dinner, if DJ wants to work on something else, maybe I can get on here and we can do a part 2 tonight. But I kind of want to be able to do the part 2 that I fully finish it. So probably, I'll say Wednesday maybe at the earliest. Let's clean this off. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is going to be the coolest thing I've ever made, I think. I know that it's probably backwards for you guys. But how cool. I mean, I knew I was getting a little off down here, but who cares? It's pretty amazing. Oh my gosh. That's going to be so cool. So here, I'll just give you a little bit of an idea. I have to kind of figure this out myself. So when we're putting on the sides, we're actually going to be folding over. All right. We're going to be stitching these different. So it's going to basically, here, I'm going to tilt you down so you can see. Oh, it's not backwards for you guys? Good. All right, so here's my this is my side piece. This isn't my side piece. Here's my side piece, okay, for my side panel, okay? I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. These seem big. Why are they so tall? Again, this is not my pattern. This was me figuring things out. We might be changing this. Anyways, here, I'll show you. So we're going to line this up to here, like so. I was converting from centimeters, okay? I'm going to put some double-sided tape, like so, here, just a 1/4 inch. And then we're going to fold over a 1/4 inch. And we're going to be top stitching, okay? Straight down and over, okay? So that's how the construction of this is going to go once we're at the construction part. But it's probably good that I'm getting to a place to kind of take a break so I can review my measurements and see how it's all going to look when we're done. So yeah. Oh my goodness, you guys. What do you think? Do you think this was a good idea? So that's today's Sunday Sew Live. Again, I like to try to keep these no more than 3 hours just because I know your time is valuable. My family time and Sundays are valuable. But I need to get at least one quick sew in every week. I did put that link. If you guys do not have a free sample pack of our fabrics from our website, just go to that link that I put in there. That actually it's at the very top. You can click the code, the coupon code is right there for you to get your free sample pack. All you do is pay shipping. Our next print pre-order, which is our last chance pre-order, which is where we decide what fabrics are coming back for 2025 based off of what you order. So that's November 14th through December 6th. And we do have this Dark Academia. We do have Dark Academia in a variety of prints and a variety of bases in stock. So if you go to the website, you'll see it's under bookish fabric, I think. And you'll see the Dark Academia Potter inspired series. I'll make sure to put all these links in the details later on this evening. But I am just stoked with how this is all going to come together. So here we did do, if you're just tuning in, we did do the interior pieces earlier today with some of my dyed fabric. But oh my gosh, look how cool this is going to be. And then we're going to do rolled handles as well with this. So I'll post over on my Instagram, probably, I would say Wednesday evening is probably going to be the evening that I'll have the time to do this. So tune in, we'll finish her up. I really want to finish it because, man, and I mean, I'm going to have to do the handcrafted on the other side. So maybe what I'll do tonight is I'll do the handcrafted portion on the other side. That way that's done. Oh, what was that? What happened? I better go check. Someone just screamed. Make sure everybody's okay. Love you guys.